Today, or at least when this video is published, is June 13th, which is International Albinism Awareness Day. As you can tell from my fair skin, white hair, and my dark glasses, I personally have albinism. In this video, I want to talk about what albinism is, as well as my ongoing story of living with it. As a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, and this video should not be used to make a diagnosis. This video is just my personal experience and knowledge. Also, research is always advancing, so please do your own research or see if there's an updated video on my channel.
Editor Me here, and I just wanted to also give out a disclaimer that I did have a lot of this written down beforehand, and that's why in these next segments you will see my head moving around the screen or not facing the camera directly, and that's just because of the low vision aspect that I talk about. So if my head's not looking the right way, or if you see that I'm looking to the side, don't panic. It's just because I am reading some very technical words or making sure that I try to make as little mistakes as possible.
With that, let's dive into the rest of the video. Albinism is a genetic condition in which people don't produce melanin, which gives humans and animals pigment. Albinism can affect the eyes only, called ocular albinism, OA, or the eye, skin, and hair, called oculocutaneous albinism, OCA. Ocular albinism has 2 types, and oculocutaneous albinism has 7 to 8 types. There are 2 conditions, Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, HPS, and Chediak-Higashi syndrome, CHS, which include OCA as a symptom and affect the rest of the body too. This is why if you have a child who shows a sign of albinism, or if you're older and haven't seen a geneticist, I personally recommend at least ruling out HPS and CHS. The biggest issue with albinism is that it leaves people visually impaired. This is in the form of nystagmus, poor depth perception, photophobia, and the inability to see far away. Nystagmus causes your eyes to shake involuntarily, and though many people who have it don't realize it, some can, or it will begin to become a hindrance if specific triggers happen, such as trying to read something in small print. Photophobia is when you're sensitive to light. People with photophobia prefer to have dim, and some can become totally blind if there's too much light in an area. Remember that albinism is a spectrum, and depending on what type you may have, may depend on what type of vision that a person can have. Some people may only have one thing I said on the list, and some might have all of it. It just varies. Now, with all that information thrown at you, let's move on to my story about albinism. So for me, when I was born, I was instantly recognized as the baby with the white hair. Everyone wanted to see me, and most of my family didn't realize anything else was going on besides my appearance. However, at my 6-week checkup, the pediatrician was concerned, as I didn't look at my mom when I had a bottle, and I rarely opened up my eyes in general. The next day, I saw an ophthalmologist, which is a specialist for different eye disorders and diseases, and she was able to confirm I had albinism. When I was tested as an infant, I was negative for HPS and CHS, but they did say I have OCA type 1A. I have all the vision complications a person with OCA could expect, but some more than others, like my photophobia. This is important for my next part of the story. As I grew up living in a rural town, I learned how to overcome my vision issues using technology. I did try to learn Braille in middle school, but because I planned on going to college, a panel of vision experts agreed that I should learn how to use technology instead. I'm glad they did, because I would not have been where I am today without the knowledge. In grade school, I used a combination of CCTVs, which is technology that could zoom in on things far away or when reading something, and an iPad. In college, pre-pandemic, and after, I mainly just used my iPad as everything that was done on the board I had access to online. Everything was fine and dandy until other medical issues arose. I was recommended to get a full genetic test done, as what I did as an infant was just looking at the albinism genes, and there's been massive discoveries since then. At 21 years old, I got the news that I don't have OCA type 1A and actually have OCA type 4. This was an enormous shock, and it did take a while to process it and not say 1A when asked what type. At the time of this recording, I'm currently the only person in the database with a specific genetic makeup. Still, hopefully later on, there will be more and there can be more information as to what to expect long term. As of right now though, it's my life and I love it. I would love to get my vision back one day if I could, but I'm happy to live with it and teach others about how to be around other people with disabilities. If you watched the whole video, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. It would help spread the word about albinism, and I have plans to bring awareness to other disabilities as well. Comment below with any questions you may have, or if you personally have albinism too and can relate to this. Also, let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, or to answer your questions. Happy International Albinism Awareness Day, and I will see you guys soon.